Hello, Professor Sajjad. This is Kirill Cebulka, my solution for assignment 6. Here we have to create a transformation finance service and start with entity class primary, having the property primary key, SKU and price. This is my solution. I start from the entity and create this class. Here it's assigned all necessary dependency, which it's necessary for the implemented our beans in the Spring Boot application. Here we assign to the ask to access to the repository in our MySQL database. Services which implement some of the method such as get financed by SKU, which you implement from the repository find by SKU, and add finance, which add our data to the database. Let's start this microservices. This is our transaction finance services. Everything work smoothly, and what is important, I create application UML files which allow run these microservices in the port part 8082. This is database which requirements for collected data for these microservices. Then our transaction inventory adapter this is a code provided on the previous lecture. It's about the same like the financial microservices. It runs on the another database and on another port 81. It also works correctly when we run it. The main logic is going on the another application. This is our application, the main our class transition microservice is responsible for to display and to adopt all our tasks. So if we come back to the task of the assignment, it's responsible to get this sales order track, responsible to show sales order track, responsible to show ID, SKU, quantity, price, and local data time. I continue work on the code which represent in the class. In class we do the transaction entity and product inventory entity. Here I add finance entity, which is additional from the microservices. And also I add finance service client, which allow us using REST template object to retrieve data from the remote or from another microservices. It's provided by implemented the method get finance detail, which return a finance object. Interesting that here we use URL template variable, which is signed in our configuration in application UML. When we go here, we saw then transaction inventory adapter has URL template in 8081, and financial service has a template in 8082. And what next? The task? Yes, we could. The main idea to extract to get data from the such as quantity, a price from the remote microservices. When we run, this is our main microservices, which call transaction, and open our local host. Longer it's our local host for one, it's for another. Just change the port. And also for the finance, As you can see, each Swagger work correctly. Even I add open API transcription definition, not only for this one, definition for just created entity and finance. To see how it works, let's add finance. Let's find finance according the school 001, execute the query, and we got some data. So this entity is correctly. If you go to the product inventory, it also will be correctly because the code was provided in the class. Let's check. Yes, we see the quantity. And let's go to the main class. When we trigger the main trigger this class, we got the inform data that include our SKU, quantity, and price. We can go further, and because we have some assignment as assignment, show presented the database, and we can go further. We can represent our whole information from this data set, from the sales, from the transaction database. Transaction SKU is represent, as I remember, just only the price and quantity. Yes, correct. Because one of the this one creates the point which represents SKU and provides information. For this task, I create additional entity which call SKU price quantity DTO, which includes SKU and price, and I ask in the controller, this one, this controller, when user use mapping URL, user got transactional SKU price quantity, which include just only the quantity and price. What is important, I represent all this response. I use response entity object to get correct response for each action. We can see that by getting code and correct implementation. And the last point in the task, scheduling, execute the scheduling every 2 minutes, update the price and quantity. I also create schedule in the scheduler package, create price quantity scheduler. When I call transactional service and applicate configuration, yes, our SKU is collected in configuration. This is our configuration data for SKU. And if come back to the schedule class object class, we implement schedule dependency, which each 2 minutes update the data in our main transactional repository. So briefly, it's my solution for assignment 6. Thank you for your attention.